It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Denver. It's the Bengals and the Broncos. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
As far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
For a trip to New Orleans in Super Bowl 58, we are ready to rock in the AFC Championship game. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership.
Here we go. Mixon with a first down carry. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
11 empty. Here we go.
And they go play action now. Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Burrow looking to pass. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. After the pick six, here's Burrow again. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They go play action with Burrow. Blitz coming and down he goes. Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From midfield now, Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Play action. It's Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well. Tried
the dump off, lost yardage. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second and a couple. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Wilson. Incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Pulled in at the 24. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
There it is, a staple of most teams' playbooks, the angle route. A lot of times you want to take away that inside route by a back, but when they sell it like he's going to the flat, that is tough on inside linebackers. One false step, and that ball's completed.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. On 2nd and 10. Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end. So they were on him in a hurry.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, down at the 33. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch in this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll go jet sweep here with Sutton.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football.
Now Wilson on first down.
And he's got it. Touchdown Broncos. Jerry Jeudy.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Seibert on for the PAT.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Jeudy. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Burrow will throw.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Walker.
And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Play action. It's Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Broncos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. From the 6. The Bengals offense returns to the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Burrow on play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Randy Gregory leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And again, that's Hurst. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow being chased out left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. This is caught. It's Boyd. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Buying, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Draymond Jones. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And coming out now, the Broncos. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch in this AFC title game, but he's got a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the 29, Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Burrow looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow, he's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase. He completes it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Burrow on 1st down. He completes it to Boyd. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 27, Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Bengals in that first half. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as...
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. After the interception, here's Wilson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Seibert's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Burrow. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At about the 32. They begin the drive with Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Wilson.
Got a man, it's Judy, complete.
He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
On 2nd down, Williams.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter of play. This is 2nd and 10.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the shotgun, Wilson.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Albert O, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Linval Joseph breaking free and dropping it.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover, but CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Here's Burrow. He finds his man complete. That's Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And Burrow going to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Boyd. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Linval Joseph picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Burrow will throw. Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On third down, Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. We've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Williams going to get it again on second down. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To the air again, Burrow. Open net, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Burrow.
This is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Burrow looking to pass. This is caught. It's Boyd. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. They'll run with Mixon. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. On the option to give to Williams here. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Holding offense.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.